Here we go. Intro. Yeah, good morning, Ted. Good morning, everyone. You know, right now they're keeping everyone out of this neighborhood. In fact, I'm going to show you what it looks like in this neighborhood. You can see the front of it. There's a police car there and tape up just to make sure anyone who doesn't need to be there will not be here. We saw a steady line of CPS Energy crews coming in and out of this neighborhood, and there were a lot of outages in this area. At one point 200, then down to 112, 118, and now it does not appear that there are any outages in this neighborhood. Now, firefighters were told we're still on the scene as a precaution, but around 20 homes in the area still evacuated at the site of the explosion nearby, just as a precaution. Now, again, fire crews were first called out here just after 6 last night to this home off Preston Hollow. It's a very small street. The back of the home for that first explosion just blown out. The home there catching fire, sending 3 people, including a child, rushing to the hospital in critical condition. Then about 2 hours later, around 8 last night, a second explosion similar to the first, with sheetrock and insulation being blown across the street. 2 more people also taken to the hospital. Power and gas had to be shut off as a precaution, again, for safety reasons. Now, the San Antonio Fire Chief Valerie Frausto saying the explosion and fire most likely natural gas buildup. A Northeast Senior Center about a mile away opened up during an evacuation order for those nearby homes affected. And here's what the fire chief says. You know, the District 10 Councilman Mark White, who serves in this area, said that CPS Energy has asked the fire department to evacuate as many as 20 homes in the area, according to his Facebook post. He also says in just a few hours he'll be bringing breakfast to the senior center as well to serve the families affected. But again, this entire area has been blocked off. The police have this street blocked off, this very small street, just as a precaution. We're told that there are fire crews down the way there, also just keeping an eye on things. That's what the fire chief said last night, that they would be out here throughout the night, just to make sure that nothing happened throughout the night as a precaution as well. Obviously, a very serious and scary situation for the people who live here. Reporting live here on the city's north side, I'm Christina De Leon, Fox SA. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, the only shot
you like the show. We hope you like the show. We hope you like the show. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
There.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there he is. I have the mic on and I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming.
For this one is
Oh,
the
cool.
Bears.
Thank you.
Right here at the Valero, it's a way better shot because there's a cop blocking the road.
Oh,
There's a lot of bright
oh,
lights over
good. There's a cop. Well, the cop's blocking the road here. We just can't. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
there, but it's right inside the neighborhood. So you go make a right here at
Thank
Valero,
you.
or a left right here at Valero, and then go down to Tavern Oaks, make a left, and you can get in deep in the neighborhood because it's just this one little section that's closed off.
But you're not on Preston Hollow.
You can be on Preston Hollow. It's the officers part of Preston Hollow is open.
Okay.
Over there. So
Okay.
It's only a small part of Preston Hollow.
Okay.
That's closed from here to over there. So.
Okay. Did you hear him at all, Carlos?
No, I'm looking at the spot.
Okay.
No, I want you to explain it to him. Tell him the directions.
It's Carlos.
Take off your head.
Hold on.
He's looking at his map, so that's why I wanted you to send him the pin.
Now, your forecast first from the Ford Zone.
Yeah, he used to live out here. That's why.
Most accurate.
It is almost 5:30 on this Wednesday morning. We've made it to the middle of the week, and boy, there is still more rain out there. This time it's most.
Let me get the shot first.
We're next. We're in the intro. Yes, around 20 homes were evacuated. I'm going to show you a little bit about the neighborhood here. Very dark. It looks like power was put back on. We saw a lot of CPS Energy crews, a fleet of them, then one, and then all of a sudden power was back up, and the outage map does not show any power outages in this neighborhood. Police has this neighborhood blocked off. We're learning that firefighters still on the scene as a precaution, but around 20 homes evacuated in this area. The site of that first explosion, though, remains under an evacuation order as a precaution. Let's go straight to video here, though. Firefighters were first called out just after 6 last night to a home off of Preston Hollow Drive. The back of the home, we're told, blown out. The home there catching fire, sending 3 people, including a child, rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Then about 2 hours later, around 8 last night, a second explosion. It was similar to the first, with sheetrock and insulation being blown across the street. 2 more people also taken to the hospital. Now, again, at the time, power and gas had to be shut off as a precaution for safety reasons, as you can imagine. The San Antonio Fire Chief, Valerie Frausto, saying that the explosion and fire likely related to natural gas buildup. That's what they're working on here. Now, a Northeast Senior Center about a mile away had to be opened up during the evacuation order for nearby homes affected. Now, we talked to the mayor last night about that, and here's what she said about people who had to stay out there. Yeah, absolutely. And District 10 Councilman Mark White, this is his area. He says CPS Energy had asked the fire department to evacuate as many as 10 homes, according to a Facebook post. He also says in a few hours, they're actually going to be serving up breakfast at that senior center for those families affected. But as you can imagine, a very scary, a very dangerous situation for people, and they want to make sure to reassure everyone that they are doing everything they can to investigate to make sure nothing like this in this neighborhood happens again. Reporting live here on the city's north side, I'm Christina Del Leon. We will send it back to you. Okay. All right. We'll do it.
think Kansas moving.
Yeah, I have my mic on. And we're live streaming. Are we right after the break, guys? Are we right after the break? Hi, am I right after the break? Because we need to move right after this to a closer spot. Are we right after the break? How far down are we? Because we, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, thank you. We're after Emma. We're in the open. In the live desk.
Christina, I hear every.
I'm sorry, I forget.
They're leaving.
Here we go. Good morning, Ted. Good morning, everyone. Right now, this is still an active investigation. We've actually been kept away from the scene. The area is blocked off by police in this neighborhood. We're told firefighters still on the scene as a precaution, and we're told around 20 homes in the area near the site of the explosion remain under an evacuation order. Now, let's go to video here. Fire crews were first called out here just after 6 last night to a home off of Preston Hollow Drive. The back of the home blown out. The home there catching fire, too, sending 3 people, including a child, rushed to the hospital in critical condition at last check. Then about 2 hours later, at 8 last night, a second explosion similar to the first, with sheetrock and insulation being blown across the street. 2 more people also taken to the hospital. Power and gas at one point had to be shut off as a precaution for safety reasons, as you can imagine. Now, the fire chief saying that explosion and fire most likely related to a natural gas buildup, but a Northeast Senior Center had to be opened during the evacuation for nearby homes affected and the folks being affected. Now, we talked to the mayor last night at that senior center about more about the people who were affected. Here's what she said. Now, the District 10 Councilman, Mark White, who serves this area, says that CPS Energy has asked the fire department to evacuate about 20 homes. That's what he said on his Facebook post. He also says that he'll be bringing breakfast to the senior center to the families affected later on this morning in just a few hours, just to let them know that they are okay. Obviously, this is an active situation and a scary one for the people who live in this neighborhood. Reporting live from the city's north side, I'm Christina De Leon, Fox SA. We'll send it back to you. Let me help you.
No, because we don't know.
Okay, it's just I'm here. Can you see me? Can you see me? I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, I got you. You'll be after traffic.
Thank you. I'm right after traffic. We're in weather now. We're in weather now.
Especially up across the north side of town into the hill country
Come hold
and
this
back
for me.
across the Edwards Plateau region. Check out your Wednesday forecast this afternoon.
Down.
Some sun, and we warm up to about 81. Tomorrow, even drier and
See that? I gotta see that, but you're in the way.
Forecast for the rest of this week, including the weekend coming.
Go, go. Hold still, hold still. We're doing 4.
Yes. Here comes another car, just so you know. That's AT&T. Here we go. Intro. Did you find it? Yeah, right now, basically, still evacuation orders. Firefighters on the scene as a precaution, and around 20 homes in this neighborhood cleared out, as you mentioned, near the site of the explosion, remain under an evacuation order. Let's go straight to the video here and show you what this is about. Fire crews were called out just after 6 last night at a home off of Preston Hollow Drive. That's out near Thousand Oaks. Now, what we're finding out, that first explosion, the back of the home blown out. The home there caught fire, sending 3 people, including a child, to the hospital in critical condition at last check. Then about 2 hours later, around 8 last night, a second explosion similar to the first one in fashion, with sheetrock and insulation being blown all the way across the street. 2 more people were also taken to the hospital in that explosion. Power and gas had to be shut off at that time as a precaution for safety reasons. Now, the San Antonio Fire Chief, Valerie Frausto, saying that the explosion and fire most likely related to natural gas buildup. That's what's being investigated. And in the meantime, a Northeast Side Senior Center has been opened up during an evacuation order for nearby homes affected. Here's what the fire chief said. Yeah, the District 10 councilman who serves this area, Mark White, says that CPS Energy asked that the fire department evacuate as many as 20 homes out of an abundance of caution. That's what he said on his Facebook page. He also says that they'll be bringing breakfast to the senior center to serve up the families affected by this evacuation. Obviously, a very scary time and a very tense time for the people who live in this area. Reporting live here on the city's north side, I'm Christina Del Leon. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, write this on your.
Hang
Or
on.
you can take notes.
Hang on. Let me turn the microphone off. I don't think they care as long as we're there. You know what I mean?
And when we're not there, they're gonna.
We're gonna be there.
Why we weren't there?
Going to break.
After this, also check the battery. So it seems like all the streets we hit first, we go to the left.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Are we right after this or are we after Emma? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here we go. We're the first story. Intro. Well, as you can imagine, a very scary and tense situation for the people who live here, but around 20 homes in all had to be evacuated near the site of that first explosion, which remains under investigation right now and under an evacuation order as well. Let's go straight to the video here. Fire crews were first called out just after 6 last night to a home off Preston Hollow Drive. That's out near Thousand Oaks. The back of that home blown out. The home there catching fire, sending 3 people, including a child, rushed to the hospital in critical condition at last check. Then around 2 hours later, around 8 last night, a second explosion. It was similar to the first, with sheetrocks and insulation being blown across the street. 2 more people also taken to the hospital. Power and gas had to be shut off as a precaution at the time for safety reasons. Now, San Antonio Fire Chief Valerie Frausto saying that the explosion and fire most likely related to a natural gas buildup there. A Northeast Side Senior Center was opened up during an evacuation order for nearby homes affected. And here's what the fire chief said. Absolutely. You know, the District 10 Councilman Mark White, who serves this area, said CPS Energy has asked the fire department to evacuate as many as 20 homes out of abundance of precaution, according to a Facebook post. He also says they're going to be bringing breakfast to that senior center, the Northeast Senior Center, for the families that have been affected as well. That'll happen later on this morning. But as you can imagine, a very tense and scary situation for the folks who live in this neighborhood. Reporting live from the city's north side, I'm Christina Del Leon. Fox SA, we will send it back to you.
real quick?
Hi, I'm going to ad lib a little bit unless y'all are doing the CPS statement. I was going to do some of it.
Okay, you can add lib.
Okay, thank you. It'll be off the top, just so you know.
Okay.
So if you want to say behind us or behind you is the street, Preston Hollow.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Forgot we're live streaming, so give me a minute here. They're not letting him go. That's what that means. I'm just curious if there's a fire truck out here. I'm just going to walk over and see. Take a picture. It's too dark. Can't see. Hey, when it gets brighter,
What?
if you get to that corner, you can see the tape up and you can see the front of a fire truck. So they've actually
go
got,
look to see how
yeah,
can you-
yeah, you can actually see.
And that's if he lets us.
Well, that's why I was because I was going to take a picture, but it's so dark you can't see anything. We're in traffic. Here comes another car.
Okay, we're doing Fox first.
Correct. Thanks. So I'm just going to say this: that entire street's blocked off. The police are there. They're turning people around who want to get on that street.
Can you do that again?
The police are there. They're turning people around.
If you do that,
We'll be okay. Here we go. Stand by. But I'm going to read part of this statement first. Intro. Good morning, Ted. Good morning, everyone. This neighborhood is eerily quiet out here. You can see the police out here on the scene actually turning people away, not letting anyone on Preston Hollow. You can't see, it's blocked, but there is a fire truck out there, and there's actually yellow tape just covering and preventing people from going that area. Now, CPS Energy just sending out a statement a short time ago reminding people basically that their crews worked overnight to ensure the safety of the area. Power was shut off, and currently there's only 5 customers that remain part of the outage. Basically, they're also saying that they have that shelter set up at the Northeast Senior Center to assist customers who are without power, and that they have a team available at that shelter for anybody who needs it. The shelter located at 4135 Thousand Oaks, beginning at 8:30 in the morning. And they always want to remind people, if they smell gas, if there's any problems in their homes, that they can always call CPS Energy at 210-353-HELP. Again, 353-HELP if they smell any gas or they suspect anything suspicious in their homes. Again, this is right here at Preston Hollow, and this police officer is just turning cars around, not letting anybody through because of everything that unfolded. The situation, obviously a very scary one in this neighborhood. Let's go straight to the video and just tell you how things unfolded here. Fire crews were called out here just after 6 o'clock last night to this home off Preston Hollow Drive. The back of the home blown out. The home then catching fire, sending 3 people, including a child, straight to the hospital in critical condition. Then about a couple hours later at 8 last night, a second explosion similar to the first one, with sheetrock and insulation being blown right across the street. 2 more people taken to the hospital. Now, again, at the time, power and gas shut off as a precaution for those safety reasons, but now we're learning just 5 people without power now. And the San Antonio Fire Chief, Valerie Frausto, saying that explosion and fire most likely related to a natural gas buildup. A Northeast Senior Center, as I just mentioned, had been opened during an evacuation order for the nearby homes affected. And we spoke to the mayor about that center, and here's what she told us. Yeah, and the District 10 councilman, the one who serves this area, Mark White, says that CPS Energy asked the fire department to evacuate as many as 20 homes, according to a Facebook post, as a precaution as they continue to investigate everything out here. And we did see CPS crews going in and out of this neighborhood on the north side. He also says that they're going to actually be bringing breakfast out to that Northeast Senior Center just to help out the families who are affected. As you can imagine, going through something very serious and very scary for them throughout the night, with those 2 explosions happening right in their neighborhood. Reporting live here on the city's north side, I'm Christina De Leon, Fox SA. We will send it back to you. Okay, we're going for nonstop here after this. here.
Pinterest spot.
Hang on one second. Hey there, for those of y'all watching our live stream, thank you so much for watching. We are live right off of Preston Hollow for the 2 explosions that happened in this neighborhood on the city's north side. This is off Thousand Oaks near Rowe. If you're familiar with that, it's kind of in between Thousand Oaks and Boulevardy in the city's north side of town. So you can see police have this area blocked off still and aren't letting anybody through. So we're about to do another live shot from the scene.
Fix your thing.
Hello, are y'all? Hi, I'm going to ad lib, unless y'all are doing it separately, about the CPS statement that just got released. The CPS statement that just got released. I'm going to ad lib about it off the top during my intro, unless you're doing something separate. Yes, if that's okay. Okay, and wrap me fast if you need to, that's fine, but this is brand new, the CPS statement. I'll keep it. Thank you. Thank you. Huh?
It's the same car that's been here it's the 3rd time.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good meeting.
What happened? What happened?
It That could be a medium ender.
I went to go try to take a picture, but it's just too dark and hazy. So, and he was cool. He didn't.
They just took a picture of the police car.
Yeah, he didn't say anything to me. So
You went up to the police officer?
I went up to all the way up to his car to take a picture from that corner.
Okay, there's another police.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, because I wanted to, but it was so hazy and so dark. I'm gonna wait till it gets brighter. Here we go. Intro. Yeah, they just released a statement. Good morning, everyone. Just to give an update on what's going on. They say, in part, quote, we continue to investigate the cause of the last night's explosion. Power was shut off to the area to keep customers safe. They say currently 5 customers remain in this outage. Now, they say our customer response unit was in the neighborhood last night and at the temporary shelter. We know about that. It's at the Northeast Senior Center. This team will be available to customers. The shelter is located at 4135 Thousand Oaks Drive, beginning at 8:30 this morning. So they're going to be out there to answer questions and to help. They say if you have any questions, obviously go and talk to them. And they say, as a reminder, if you smell any gas, if you think there's a problem at your home, always contact CPS Energy at 210-353-HELP. Again, 353-HELP. If you feel like there's a problem in this neighborhood, if you think that there's any problems or concerns in any neighborhood, they want you to contact them, obviously. The safety, they say, is their top priority. But again, this all stems from 2 explosions that happened in this neighborhood, and obviously a scary situation. As many as 20 homes in the area near the site of the explosion remain under an evacuation order. Let's go straight to the video of what happened last night. Fire crews were called out here just after 6 last night. That's how it started off Preston Hollow Drive. The back of the home blown out. The home there catching fire, sending 3 people, including a child, rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Then about 2 hours later, around 8 last night, a second explosion. It was similar to the first, with sheetrock insulation being blown all the way across the street. 2 more people in that explosion were taken to the hospital. Power and gas temporarily had to be shut off as a precaution for safety reasons, as you can imagine. Now, the fire chief, Valerie Frausto, saying that the explosion and fire most likely related to a natural gas buildup, and a Northeast Senior Center, as we just mentioned, was opened up during an evacuation order as a precaution. Now, here's what the mayor said about that. Now, at that senior center, the District 10 councilman who serves this area, Mark White, says that they're going to be serving up breakfast to any of those families affected by these 2 explosions. That is the latest. Reporting live here on the city's north side, I'm Christina Del Leon. Send it back to you. You okay? it's on. This mic is on. The mic is on, and I'm dialing in right now.
Kanya Jari,
Got it. You got it.
But I was never able to go because, you know, my family has to work. So finally now after like 8 years of
Okay. Thank you. I got it.
okay.
I may have to grab my umbrella. Let me go get it, okay? I'm here. I'm here. I'm going to ad-lib a little bit about CPS's statement first at the top. Okay? Thanks.
Hey, move. I gotta see your.
I will. I'm going to move it
I
up
gotta see
here.
what it looks like now.
Yeah. Better. Do you need that light from the front? Hey there, if you're watching on the live stream, thank you so much for watching. We are live right on the street of Preston Hollow. You can see it behind us here. We're actually going to move right after this live shot. We got permission to move a little bit closer, and we're going to get a better angle. So you're going to be actually able to see on the street, which is right to my left. And you'll be able to see down the street. There's a fire truck there and some yellow tape, and I want you guys to be able to see that. So we're gonna move right where you can see it, not behind the police car, but kind of in front of it. So we'll be able to give you that angle in the next half hour. So we'll do that next. So please stay with the live stream. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay. Still kind of misty out here. So this is a scene of two explosions, this street down the way. And so they've kind of kept us a little distant from it. So. It's been northeast all morning because of that senior center. She's been saying northeast.
Technically, it's a north because the airport is right there. But she said but you can't say anything. And remember, you can't hold that umbrella on the other hand.
I am going to hold it on the other hand. Or do you not want me to?
Well,
Which is
the
better?
thing is the umbrella's blocking the police car.
Okay, I'm going to hold it on the other hand then. Or actually, I can throw it. I can throw it right before the live shot if you want. I can
Lean
toss it.
this way though. So, where the tape is, that's the house. 2 houses down is the other house.
Oh, is that what he told you?
Yeah, but you can't.
You
see
can't
it.
really see it? We're in traffic. Oh, you can hear, right? Here we go. They're doing the shooting. It's a local doctor who was shot. I'll move this up here in a sec. Okay, here we go. It's letting up. Well, we're going to get closer in the next half hour. We were trying to get permission here just to be a little closer behind, obviously, the officer. It is down the road here on Preston Hollow, where I kind of walked over there and talked to the officer and said to photojournalist Carlos Sanchez. Yeah, you can see a fire truck and you can see yellow tape. The street is very, very short. You can't see a lot of the damage from the home. In the next half hour, we're going to show you a little bit more. We wanted to get you caught up, though, on a CPS Energy. They just released a statement a short time ago to give you an update on the investigation. What they're saying in part is that they do continue to investigate the cause of last night's explosion. They also say power was shut off for a short time, and they're updating us saying that currently 5 customers remain without power, basically, in this outage. And they also want to remind people, anybody who was taken as part of the evacuation to the Northeast Senior Center off Thousand Oaks, that they're customer response unit is going to be out there to assist with any questions or concerns that they may have at 8:30 this morning. And then they also want to remind anybody, if they smell gas in their homes, really this is not just for this neighborhood, but just anywhere in general, to call the CPS Energy helpline at 210-353-HELP. Again, 353-HELP, just as a precaution, because you know, a lot of people, as you can imagine, on edge here from what happened. And let's go through what exactly happened here. Fire crews were called just after 6 o'clock last night to a home off Preston Hollow Drive here. The back of the home just blown out. The home there catching fire, sending 3 people, including a child, rushed to the hospital at last check in critical condition. Then about a couple hours later at 8 last night, a second explosion, similar in fashion to the first, with sheetrock and insulation being blown all the way across the street here on this street. 2 more people had to be taken to the hospital. Their conditions not known. Now, power and gas at the time had to be shut off as a precaution for safety reasons, as you can imagine. And the San Antonio Fire Chief, Valerie Frausto, saying that the explosions and fire most likely related to a natural gas buildup out here. Again, as I mentioned, the Northeast Senior Center has been opened up during an evacuation order for as many as 20 homes for anyone who may have been affected. And here's what also that she told us last night. Yeah, absolutely. And District 10 Councilman Mark White, who serves this area, he says that CPS Energy asked as many as 20 homes be evacuated at the time just as a precaution. And again, it has stayed that way since. He also says in a few hours he's actually going to be serving up, he and his staff going to be serving up breakfast at that senior center for the families that were evacuated, just as, you know, just to help them out, basically. As you can imagine, a very scary, a tough and a tense situation for anyone who lives in this area, who have just been through it, basically, and are very concerned about what happened in this neighborhood, who had to be evacuated. Reporting live here on the city's north side, I'm Christina De Leon, Fox SA. I'll send it back to you.